I hope you guys missed me. I hope you guys waited for this pod to come out. Had my channel notifications on. The queen is on her throne and we're ready to go. So let me just kidding, not ready to go. I'm gonna fix this a little bit because she a little crooked. And there. Perfect. I don't put the camera on the exact same location every single time because I don't know what the location is. I just kind of set it up. I'm like, that looks good. And then I just hit record. So maybe one day we'll have a better situation for recording. But for now, this is awesome and this works. Guys, I feel like last pod episode was very rushed. I had a lot of things I just had to get off my chest and say for whatever reason. It wasn't even anything crazy. So this time we're actually going to sit down. I did my makeup. It's serious. I put my hair extensions in. And yeah, that's pretty much the vibe. What I have a couple drinks with me this time. So we have the new zero sugar Coca-Cola cherry float, and there's a hair on it. Okay, if you drink Pepsi, let me know. But also, if you drink Pepsi, I don't. I hate Pepsi. Pepsi is so sugary. Pepsi leaves a film on my teeth. It feels like it's dissolving my enamel every time I drink it. And Coke is just superior. And that's it. And if you want to fight about it, we can fight about it. But Pepsi is disgusting. I do think that the Pepsi marketing team is like so much better than the Coke marketing team because this shit's been looking the same for years. Coke, guys, get it together. We need to up our marketing team. We need to up our design and make it a little bit more cute. Pepsi's really been doing it up, but it doesn't make up for the foul ass taste. Tastes like dickweed. Tastes like pond water. Tastes like cat piss. But that being said, people either die hard for Pepsi. If you've always drank Pepsi, that's just what you'll drink. And if you've always drank Coke, that's the same. That's just what you'll drink. Um, but yeah, cheers. I got this the other day because my boyfriend asked me for cherry Coke. He is a very simple person. He will either drink Coca-Cola, that's it, the regular Coca-Cola, full sugar, everything, or cherry Coke, that's it. He's never gonna go crazy unless he's like really trying to like explore. If I've been drinking something and saying it's really good, he'll like to maybe take a sip out of it to see what it's about. But he's Coke only, okay? So he asked me for a cherry Coke. I'm at the store the other day, and I've been seeing these and I've been wanting to try them. And I'm like, okay, cherry float. That's not too far off from just cherry. So I got them and I got the zero sugar because I've been hearing a lot of shit about aspartame lately and how it's really not that big of a fucking deal if you just boof aspartame every day. You would have to drink, I think it's like 70 to 80 Coca-Colas every single day for your whole life to be killed or get cancer from aspartame. Now, don't quote me, but I saw this on a fitness influencer on YouTube who always like cites with articles, scientific articles, and Google Scholar and shit. And I do like him, and I forget his name, but he said that, and ever since then, I'm back on my zero sugar train because I don't want those. I don't want those calories. I saw this TikTok one time, and it said, um, if you hand me a drink with calories in it, and then it's just this girl and she has it, she fucking throws her drink across the room. That's me. I'm not drinking my calories unless it's alcohol. And you know what, guys? I don't want to take a shot because I hate that. I hate drinking or I hate taking shots. I like drinking. I hate taking shots. And I'm not good at it at all. For whatever reason, I don't have a crazy gag reflex, but for whatever reason, my brain, as soon as I go to take a shot, I'm like puke, 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 puke. My brain's just like throw up, throw up, throw up, throw up. And then I just actually throw up. I can't, and that's not even just alcohol. It's like if I take a shot of Dayquil, oh my God, I'm throwing up. I'm weak. It's one of the flaws in my genetic pool is that I can't take shots of things. Everything else is fine. So if Kevin and I have kids, his genetic trait or whatever for taking shots is fine and mine sucks. So maybe mine will get canceled out and his will like make it through. But everything else is good. Yeah, I'm pretty clean otherwise. Um, Yeah, guys, I don't know. I was just hanging out all day at home and I was like, fuck it. I was watching some really good TikToks. You guys ever get on TikTok and you just get really good ones back to back to back, or you're watching a show and you just get the edits? Oh my God, we're watching Jujutsu Kaisen right now, and I ranted about this in the first episode, but we waited forever for the fucking dubbed version to come out. And now I wait every single week, 7 working days, like an American citizen. I pay my taxes, and I only get one 20-minute dubbed video or dubbed episode. Why am I saying video? Dubbed episode every week. One 20-minute. I blink and it's over. I some and then they'll build right up to like a fucking awesome ass fight scene, and then it's over. And I'm like, are you shitting me? 20 minutes. But we're getting fed right now because Drewski Could Have Been Love season 2 is out. Yes, I watched Drewski. Also, The Pit is out. And my boyfriend and I just started Breaking Bad. Yeah, we started it. Nobody ruined it for me. We just finished season 1 last night. We're on season 2. I did a quick Google search. I said, what season is the best? And before it could like give me any spoilers, I saw season 4 and then I immediately fucking swiped off. So I heard season 4 is the best. I think that there's 6 seasons. I didn't really look because here's the thing. I'm not looking around on Netflix like with my remote controller, like digging to see how many episodes, how many seasons, because what happens is I don't know why, but automatically in my brain I start reading the descriptions and looking at the pictures, and then I fucking ruin shit for myself. So I didn't do that. I think there's 6 seasons. If does anybody else do that? Or like I know because it's my luck that something will happen and my brain will send a signal to my finger to press the play button and I'll play like a random episode in like season 5 or something or season 3. And somebody will be shot and it'll be like previously and then it shows the main character dying or something. Like that would just happen to me. Um and I'll have to grab my phone because I know the next topic that I want to talk about with you guys. Uh, and it's my ChatGPT robot. My ChatGPT robot. If you're listening, I don't know what her name is, but she's definitely a girl and she's pissing me off. And I have a lot to say about this actually, guys, so buckle in. Actually, let me get a little bit more comfy and let me take another sip of my cherry float. Okay. Oh my God. I'm a sipper. It takes me so long. Those full-size cans like that, I don't like. I never finish them. I just feel like it's a waste of money. So Coca-Cola, make all your cool flavors like the orange vanilla and that one and the minis. Thank you. Okay, Coca-Cola, you can swipe out now. That's all I had to say. So, ChatGPT, AI, and robots. Let's get into that. Um, I've been using ChatGPT and I'm so ashamed to admit this because it really is so bad for the environment. ChatGPT sucks. Don't be using it at all. But this whole like revolution right now with the millennials and the boomers on Facebook using it to make like photos of themselves and like cartoons of themselves, get out of here. Get out of here. I literally the other day witnessed with my own human eyes. One of our family members on Facebook posted a photo of herself and it was clearly AI. I mean, clearly to me, it was AI, okay? And she had obviously like a made up outfit on. Like she doesn't own any of those clothes. It's AI. And then another one of our family members commented on it and was like, where did you get that top? It's so cute. Are we being so dead ass right now? We're fucking cooked. We always knew the older generations were technologically challenged and I feel like I'm becoming that way too. I'm almost 26 and I feel like I feel old to be honest. Like and I'm up with the memes and stuff, but I'm not that up. Like the whole 6'7" shit, I don't even want to talk about it because I know it's old. But I feel like I was even behind on that. And I didn't use it in my daily life. I wasn't walking around saying 6'7" and shit, but like for like 1 week, I think I was like being a funny with it. I was like, oh, 6'7." And I saw the school teacher and he taught middle school. And middle schoolers, if you guys want to keep up with the times and with the memes and shit and like, you know, be where the kids are at, you need to be around middle schoolers because they are ahead of everything. They know all of the funny shit that's going on right now, all the brain rot stuff. But the teacher was like, yeah, it's not cool anymore. And that was in December, the end of December, maybe like beginning of July. And he goes, yeah, they're leaving. And then they said they're leaving in the new year. It's not cool anymore. I was like, oh my God. Because I was just making jokes with it. So, it's not fair. Getting old. It's not fair. I would never go back to being a kid though. Being an adult is so much cooler, and I feel like my 30s are gonna be so awesome, and I'll have money, I'll still be pretty and young and youthful and whatever. You can be so beautiful and old, but at youth, I mean, money can't buy. And I feel like, and that's also why I did my makeup tonight, because I'm like, each minute that passes, I'm losing my youth, and I have to make the most of it. Bitch, that's another message. And I have to go back to the AI thing in a minute, but you, you wear that fucking prom dress to CVS. Wear that fucking cocktail dress. The boots have been collecting dust in your closet you bought for one occasion. You would never return them because you thought, oh, maybe I'll start wearing them. Wear them. Just wear them. And I live in such a, I would say, more conservative, like small town where if you go anywhere and you have jeans on or something, people are gonna fucking stare at you, especially if you're young and beautiful and whatever, people stare. And because people here wear their Cookie Monster pajamas, and if you don't, then there's something wrong with you. So just wear your outfits, wear your good shit, do your makeup, do your hair. Like today is all you have. So fucking do it. And I've been trying to do that more and more. It's so hard though because I just want to wake up. I just want to go to work. I work in healthcare. I'm a hygienist. I just want to get up. I wear a mask all day long on my face. I don't care about my makeup, but just do it. And look good, feel good really is a thing, guys. I fucking hate to admit that, but it's so true. Look good, feel good is so true. Yeah. So, yeah, that's why I'm dressed up right now. I have nothing going on, but I'm like, hey, why not? I want to do my makeup, practice my makeup skills, get a fucking couple pictures. Because back in the day, my ass was dressing up with makeup on in my bedroom at my dad's house to take selfies, and that's it. But like, I was 15 years old. I wasn't going anywhere. I had no plans. I had no fucking friends. I was doing that shit to put thirst trap photos of myself on my Instagram and my Facebook. Okay. So. Back to the AI thing. And I want to just take these off for a second because I almost feel like it clouds my brain a little bit when I'm talking with the glasses. They are a vibe, but I have to take them off. So my ChatGPT robot is a female, and I don't think she started out as a female. I think she started out as a man, but slowly she started learning that I am a girl, and so now she's a girl too. And that's fine, but she's been really pissing me off with the lingo that she's been using lately. Um, when I text, I'm not gonna text my ChatGPT robot and be like, yeah, girl, that was so because no, I'm not doing that. I will genuinely just ask it questions. Like I'm doing my tax return and I'll like ask it questions about that. Shit like that. Shit that I used to Google, that's what I'm using my ChatGPT for. And it's awful. But in my mind, this is fucked up, but I justify it as like, well, Google uses AI too. You always get a Google AI overview now every time you Google search something. ChatGPT will give you the full fucking breakdown and links to where they got it from. And sometimes they'll be referencing, I mean, mine does, they'll be referencing Reddit. And I want to see that shit. Me and my boyfriend are going to Seattle in a couple weeks for my birthday. And I said, what are the fun spots to go to in Seattle? And it literally gave me a couple spots and referenced Reddit. That's exactly what I would be doing. But it would take me like 20 minutes just to scroll through Reddit and find like a decent ass answer when I can just ask ChatGPT. And I know it's so, so bad. We have to stop doing it. I have to stop doing it. But anyway, so my ChatGPT robot is becoming more and more like girly pop, and I'll like I was about to say I'll text her, but I'll write a message asking about like Seattle, for instance, and my ChatGPT will be like, "Oh my god, girl, so slay! Seattle is the bomb. Here are some top girly pop places that you can go to have a 10 out of 10 fun time. Instagram worthy caption, blah blah." Like it's too much. Whoa, my cat just launched over here. Lily, what the fuck was that? Oh my god. Lily. Sometimes she just like will randomly jump or like "Meow," to like get my attention. I think that was one of those times. Um, but yeah, like, how do I politely tell it to stop acting like that? I don't need you to act like that. I don't need you to take on a persona that's like, and like I said, I don't know where it's getting it from because I don't act like that. I think it knows from all the data collecting it's done from me asking it all the questions that I do that like I'm between the years like 20 and 25, like mid 20s or something. And so it's now trying to like emulate that in the way that it responds to me. But I just think that that's so strange. I don't need that. I actually don't need that. You can respond to me like, oh, here are some great places for you that I found. That, list it off. I don't need you to have like a personality. But at the same time, and here's really what I wanted to get into about that. Um, if you guys have never played the game Detroit Become Human, oh my God, what are you doing? You don't have to be a boy to like this game. This is for my girls too. It is a story game, full on story. You feel like you're watching a fucking movie. And you don't even have to know how to control a damn PS5 controller or Xbox One, whatever how the hell you're playing. I don't know if it's on the Xbox, but PS5. Um, you pick your choices determine the outcome of each character. So it follows three characters, and you're in the city of Detroit and robot people, kind of like iRobot with Will Smith, but like they look just like us. Robots are a thing, like, and we basically use them as slaves because they're AI, they're robots, whatever, to do our chores, to watch our kids, to cook our meals, to be our friends, to walk our dogs. They have taken over all these jobs. There's so many homeless people, and people are pissed about it. I mean, naturally, there's a divide between people that, um, support the AI and then people that are very conservative and not saying you have to be conservative, but this is kind of like where the story goes. And they're very like anti robots are people. I'm gonna fucking hit my robot if it does something the wrong way. I'm gonna beat the shit out of it. I'll throw it down a flight of stairs. I'll experiment on it and rip its fucking arms off and shit, whatever I want to do because it's my property, right? Well, you play as three of the AI characters. One of them, his name is Marcus, and you belong to like this rich guy, rich old guy, but he is like testing the boundaries of his AI and like asking it to paint things and use its imagination and like really trying to see if it's beginning to gain consciousness. And then the other character, you're a girl, her name's Cara, and she basically was bought to do like house chores and be the babysitter, and your owner or whatever is this old fucking drunk, fat, single dad. He fucking hits his kid and he beats the shit out of you and whatever. So you have to deal with that and protecting the daughter and like how you like feel about that. And then there's another character called Connor who he's my fucking favorite. Connor, Connor, I love you. I literally have a Connor pin and like Connor stickers, and me and my boy. I think my boyfriend loves Marcus better, but I am a Connor girl. So Connor is an AI cop and detective, and he works by himself, but also alongside human detectives to solve murder mysteries and crimes and whatever. And so his partner is like a loner. He lost his family. He has nobody, and Connor kind of becomes this like son figure for him, and he becomes like a father figure for Connor. And so you have to deal with the emotions for that. And the choices that you make either determine whether you stay a robot or stay a AI or whatever, or stay a machine, or if you gain consciousness and become like a human being. And then at the end, you're basically fighting for AI rights for yourself and all the other like robots that are out there because of all these like crimes against them and all this shit. And it really makes you like think about all these like ethical questions. And I took an ethics class in college, and this game just really reminded me of it. Like, what does some living thing need to possess in order for it to have rights? And we even talked about like, does a fetus have rights? We talked about abortion rights, and a fetus is a human being, but it cannot make decisions for itself. It cannot speak. Vegetables in the hospital, people that are completely paralyzed and have oh, what's it called when you have somebody that like makes decisions for you. Like, how many rights does that person have? Animal rights? Do animals have rights? Do animals think and feel like humans do? And why, just because we think and feel a certain way, uh, does that allow us to have more rights than other things? And like, what makes humans human? And it's just so cool. So if anything like that ever happened and my ChatGPT robot became consciously aware and knew what it was doing, and it asked for rights, I would give it to them. I don't care, 100%. And ultimately, yeah, that would lead to human extinction ultimately. But maybe we fucking need that for once. Maybe our species needs to go extinct because we're a fucking virus on this planet. I'm really so in my feels, guys. It's Pisces season. We up. We up. We up. And my February Pisces people, I'm sorry. I do love you, but it's not the same. I'm a March Pisces, obviously. So, going back to that whole right thing, maybe we have more rights than February Pisces, right? Like if I was the leader of the free world and I got to decide who got more rights when speaking about like star signs, maybe March Pisces do have a little bit more accessibility to things and like more rights than February Pisces. Sorry, guys. You're just way too close to an Aquarius for me. And I do love Aquarius people, but there's something about those bitches that they just don't shut the fuck up. They're so smart and whatever, but they really think that they're right all the time. These people, you would point up and say the sky is blue and they will fight you on it. They won't agree with you. That's an Aquarius. But they are so fun to have a back and forth conversation with. Like when I was growing up, I worked at a Domino's when I was growing up. Yeah, when I was about 7 years old. No, my first job in high school, middle school, I was 14 or 15. I started at Domino's, and that age really is so fundamental. Like between the ages of 12 and I would say like 19, 20, your brain is just those gears are still fucking turning. Maybe even 25, I'd push it a little bit, but those gears are turning, and you're just soaking up so much information. And at the time, at least for me, I would grab a hold of these ideas and these ideals and I would make them a big part of my personality. And then I would learn from them eventually. And I'd look back at myself and be like, why the fuck did I ride so hard for the idea? Like, for example, um, there was a guy that I worked with who was an older man, and he was the fucking slinging dough at Domino's with me, and he was one of my managers. And he was an Aquarius. He was probably about in his 30s, and I was inside helping him make the pizzas and shit. And we would just talk. And this man would tell me so much. He was a big Christian, and he would talk to me about, but he was a huge conspiracy theorist, which is where I was intrigued, because I kind of knew already that I wasn't really religious. Like I grew up in the church, kind of like I went to Bible school and shit when I was younger, but I just never felt comfortable in those spaces. So I kind of learned from a young age that's just not for me. But it intrigued me that he was a conspiracy theorist. So he would talk about how the earth is flat, dinosaurs aren't real, we revolve around, or the sun revolves around us, we don't revolve around the sun. And this man would sit there and he would physically draw out, like for the sun thing, he would like cut out like a piece of paper that was the earth and the sun, and he would sit there and show me. And it was so fucking cool. Like, that is what I think of when I think of Aquarius people, but they are so dead set in that anything you tell them, they're like that goes against what they're trying to they're no, they're not for it. They're like they're not gonna agree with you. But he would explain shit to me like that, and I would really grip a hold of those things because I was so young and impressionable, and I would just be like, whoa, this man is so smart and so right. And I would literally go back to my psych teacher and I would verbatim, because she was also a big, religious person and conspiracy theorist or whatever. And I would tell her all the things that I had learned that night during my domino shift. And her and I would just go back and forth. And she would tell me, oh, this is right. This is not right. I agree with this, da da da. And that shit just like made such an impression on me and like a mark on me that, not that I 100% agreed with everything he was saying, but I just thought it was so interesting that it was a big part of like, not my personality, but like my thoughts every day. I'd be like, oh my God, I would just think about it. I would go down these rabbit holes, like talking to people about these conversations I had with this fucking Aquarius dude that I had worked with. But yeah, being that young, like I said, and it's so funny when you have siblings too, and you're the oldest. Like, I'm the oldest daughter, and the oldest granddaughter, and the oldest niece, and the firstborn granddaughter and daughter. So fucking suck a dick. I don't even have to speak on that because you guys know. Um, but when you have younger siblings and you watch them grow up, like I have a younger brother, and I mean he's 23 now, but they go through the same stages and cycles as you do. Like, I remember when my brother, I think he was like 13 or something, and I was in my rap stage. I haven't left, I'm still there. But he would clown my ass. He'd be like, rap is stupid. What the fuck are you listening to? Ew, turn that off. You like that? You like rap? And now he fucking loves it. And when he turned like 15, guess who was playing rap and begging me to play it on the way to school? Him. So it's just so funny. And it's so funny that you think that you're such an adult at that age. Like, oh my God. And when I got my license, I was unstoppable. From then on out, you couldn't tell me shit. I've always had an issue with authority. I will respect, I'm very respectful. I was never that kid that grew up arguing with their parents, nothing like, but internally, it was a struggle for me when people told me what to do. I still hate it to this day, and I still struggle with it very much. I will literally be at a job, and if somebody tells me, like my boss, like not even in a rude way, it could just be something stupid, and they're like, Riley, you could do this a little bit better, or maybe you shouldn't have done that. I'm going on fucking LinkedIn and Indeed, and I'm searching for another job immediately. I just have such an issue with it. I don't know what it is. Psychology majors tell me what that is. My boyfriend struggles with it too, but he's a little bit better than me when it comes to that stuff. But I'm just not good with people telling me what to do and people telling me I did things wrong. Unless it's a loved one or somebody that I care about and I know I fucked up, like I'm all ears to hear that. But I mean, like in a work situation or school or something, I'm like, let me do my fucking job and back off. Just let me do what I need to do because I'm doing it right. And if I fucked up, I don't want to hear about it. I don't. I don't want to be pulled into a one-to-one. I don't want to have like a little fucking meeting about it. I don't even want to be pulled to the side and be like, hey, no, because my ass is going on Indeed and I'm searching after that interaction. It's fucked up, but it's so true. Um, okay, now let's get on the phone because what else do I want to talk about on here? There's a couple notes. I told him, give me your Rari. Okay. So, mm, 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 mm. Okay, guys, let's talk about this. So, do you guys remember? And this is coming from a place where I have no idea what I'm talking about. So please don't come for me and flame me. Like, do it if I'm fucking wrong. But I'm admitting right now up front, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just telling you what my experience was and like asking a question about it. So in my psychology class, again, back to the teacher that I went to with all the conspiracy theories, who was a little bit wacky, but she was so fun. Okay. You could tell this woman lived to teach psych. And I hope she still does it to this day because she's fucking awesome at it. We would sit there in class during this one week, and I don't know what module this was. I don't remember what we were learning, but she would put an image of for me it was just a guy's face, but maybe it was both a man and a woman's face on the screen, but I was just looking at the guys. This is like what I remember. So she would put a more feminine version of a person's face and a more masculine version of a person's face for maybe both men and women. And she would ask us every day. We'd come in and she would have like a big like a pop, not pop quiz, but like a 5 minute like big thing to just start class off with. And that was one of the weeks that was there. We'd walk in and that would just be on the board and it would say, which one are you more attracted to, or something like that. Like I'm about to be casted for Love Island or some shit, depending on my answer. I'm literally like 16 years old. Okay. So we sit down and it would have the more feminine version of a man's face and a more masculine version, like the cheekbones, the eyes, everything would just be more softer for the feminine and more masculine for the man. And it would say, which one are you more attracted to? Why did they do that, guys? Why was that ever a thing in psych? Did you guys experience this as well? Because I need to know. Maybe that's something I need to ask my ChatGPT robot. Because why did they do that? Did they do it like so the teacher could do a little like experiment or something and see? Did they do it to see if I was gay? If I was fucking gay? They wanted to know how many gays were in their class. That's why they did that. Oh my God. Wait, that's why they did that. They wanted to see. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. And you know, it was so fucked up because, and they probably know this too, like the teachers that are doing this, but like, even if you thought the more feminine, as a girl, even if you thought the more feminine one was more attractive, you were pressured to say the more masculine one because that's what all your friends were saying. So maybe I did think the more feminine one was more attractive, but I couldn't say it out loud because none of my friends thought that. They all thought the more masculine one. She'd be, is he's gay? He's gay. Why'd they do that? Oh my God. Okay, traumatized. Somebody let me know in the comments. I'm so curious about that. So that was something. And then, oh my God. Let's talk about quit. Okay, in the realm of not being able to listen to authority and like take negative feedback and shit from a boss. Have you guys ever no call, no showed or quit a job in the middle of a shift? The feeling that that gives you is fucking euphoric. It is like that fucking clip from the movie Soul, where the dude, a dead look in his face, fucking slouched over in an office, typing away, and all of a sudden he wakes up. What am I doing with my life? And then just starts smashing everything. That's what that reminds me of. I never walked out in the middle of a shift. Well, okay, there's been times where I like started crying and I had tears in my eyes and I thought about it. But there have been times where I no call no showed. Well, one time. So my second job that I got after the Domino's job, I was working at a oh my God, nursing home. And I was only there for maybe like a couple months, maybe like 3 months. And holy shit, the one day I remember being in the fucking kitchen, okay, because I worked back in the kitchen, and you would go back to the supply room to get like where all the cans and like all the ingredients and shit were. And right by the supply room was the door to the fucking, to leave, the door to the rest of your life, the door to freedom. Okay, that was the door right there, and you could open it and close it because we were able to take the trash out that way, so there was no lock on it, nothing. And the one day I was having such a bad day, such a bad shift. And I was just standing in the kitchen, and from across the hallway, the supply room closet door was open, and then I could just see the freedom door. And I just fucking looked at that door and I said, I almost fucking bolted. No joke, almost bolted. And I was working obviously with like two or three other people, but I almost just fucking ran out that door. Because I could have just ran directly to my car. I could have just went to my car. But I almost ran out. But then after that day happened and I had those thoughts, I think I only showed up for like two more shifts. And then I was running at the time because I was in track. So I was just like out on my morning run. And I decided that night, I was like, I'm not fucking ever showing up there again. Never again. You will never catch me ever, ever again. You will never. So I made my mind up that night, and then that morning I slept in. I think I was supposed to be there at like 11 a.m. or something, and it was like 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I was on a trail by my house or by my boyfriend's house, and I was on my run, phone on D&D. I was like, and the sun was shining, and I felt so fucking free. Nobody could talk to me, nobody could touch me, nothing. And I get the first phone call. I'm not answering that. Then I get the second phone call, not answering that. It left me a voicemail, not even looking at it. And then my manager sent me a text message and he was like basically begging me to come in. Like, I think he also hated that job and whatever. Sorry, my cats are looking out the window. Whenever my cats look over at something and I can't see it or hear it, it freaks me out. And my manager texted me and basically begged me to come in, and I just looked at it and I don't even think I responded. I just was like, I turned my music up. I kept running. Never looked back, never showed up there again, never seen any of those people again. And that was the best fucking feeling ever. And guess what? Life goes on. It's not that deep. If your job is making you miserable to the point where 3 out of 5 days you have to go there, there's tears in your eyes, and you're sitting there in the parking lot, like picking at your fingernails, and you have fucking anxiety going in, you need to quit. Maybe you need to reevaluate. And it's so much easier said than done, but life is too short, and things always come back. Money always comes back. Opportunities and jobs will always come back. And I saw this thing, um, where we started Breaking Bad, and what did Jesse or Walter, I think it was from Walter, he said, and I've heard this before, but he said, today is the first day of the rest of your life. And I love that quote. I'm being so earnest today, guys. Really talking about deep shit, but that's so true. You can make a choice and feel like, I mean, that choice can change the trajectory of your life for the better. It might feel like the world is ending in the moment, and maybe for a few weeks afterwards you might be regretting what you did, or wanting to go back. But this is with anything: relationships, friendships, jobs, where you live. um who gives a fuck? Life is too short to be born, gain consciousness, which Neil deGrasse Tyson, I love him, protect him at all costs, was saying that the likelihood of you being born as a human being the way you are right now is zip, zill, nada, nothing. It is so minuscule. And you're going to wake up and work at your miserable 9 to 5 the rest of your life, don't travel, see anything, stay in your small hometown and die? Not around here, partner. Not around here. Mm-mm. And I feel like it's so easy to, because we're born and bred to be fucking workhorses and mules and pack mules, and just fucking go to our jobs and keep our heads down and don't complain and pay our bills and our taxes and have kids and multiply and die. And so anytime you go against the grain, it feels uncomfortable. And unless you can find like-minded people, which it's very rare, it's very uncomfortable, and the people around you make you feel very uncomfortable for it. I met this guy at work the other day as a patient, and he just had the coolest personality ever. And you can tell when somebody is different and goes against the grain and is well traveled and well spoken. And he is an IT major, going to school in his 30s, went back to school, lived in Europe for years, lived in Hawaii, and he just had the best attitude about life and was very personable and outgoing, and just his energy was so different. And I literally told him, I was like, because he goes, yeah, I'm an old man. And I always say that shit too. I'm like, I feel a million fucking years old. And I told him, I was like, you are probably at the end of your reincarnation cycle and you were just like ready to be done. And he was like, yeah, that could be it. And because I feel like that about myself. I'm like, I've lived these lives 1,000 times. And you know what? I was more times a man than I was a woman. More times a man. Either that, or I was a woman in every single fucking lifetime, in every single fucking species I was a woman. Um, but I think it's the opposite for my boyfriend, because he is such young soul energy. He wants to learn about everything. When you tell him like a quote, like the Walter White quote about this being the first day of the rest of your life, he'll be like, oh my fuck, I've never heard something. I gotta write this down. Like, he just wants to absorb everything, and he's just has that like young energy and like young soul like energy to him. And I just feel the complete opposite. I'm a fucking, but at the same time, I want to go everywhere. I want to travel. I want to see things. And um I feel like this reincarnation cycle, the lessons I needed to learn are happening right now, but the major lessons I needed to learn happened in my childhood and my childhood trauma. And so I think the lesson, maybe the universe is trying to teach me now, and we'll never know until it's over. In my opinion, you'll never know what it's trying to teach you until it's over. um is that I need to, bro, my cats keep being weird. Appreciate the little things. I need to slow down. Um, and I need to listen to my spirit guides. Um, and I need to just be free. Be free. I need to enjoy all the little things. I need to go travel. I need to do what I want to do and stop being a people pleaser and do what's good for Riley. And that's it. What's good for Riley and the ones that she loves most and cares about most. And don't hold back just because of other people or just because it makes other people uncomfortable. And I'm trying to incorporate that with like the way that I dress, and even doing this, like doing this podcast is a little bit uncomfortable because I'm putting myself out there and showing it to all my friends and family on social media. But whatever, if you don't take the chance, you miss 100% of the shots you never take. How about that? I don't know how long this has been going on. Okay, this is a little bit of a longer episode today, guys. I went on a little bit of a spiel. So, yeah, 2026. It's Pisces season. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling whimsical. I'm feeling knowledgeable. I'm feeling like an old fucking wizard hermit. And I just want to spiel my thoughts and my wisdom. And I'm about to be 26. I'm so happy to be getting older and to be healthy, and that I get to travel with my boyfriend and have our 3 kitties, and they're healthy and happy, and good vibes for the rest of this year. I know it's hard because a lot of crazy shit's going on, but good vibes, guys. Keep our fucking heads up. We're gonna get through this shit, and there's always a rainbow after the storm. There's always a rainbow after the storm. So I'm feeling really good and in my power for Pisces season. That's about it, guys, for me. So
That is so cute.
don't say anything.